Good afternoon, everyone. I'm News 8 meteorologist Ashley Baylor in the News 8 Now Stream Center. We are back at it after a little bit of a hiatus during the holidays. You know, a lot of people had time off. I was only off on Christmas Day, which is fine. We're all fine with that. You know, I don't really have much family nearby, so my holidays tend to be very low-key, which I swear as you get older, sometimes that's just for the best. Just keeping things low-key, low stress, don't have to worry about very much. But on the flip side, sometimes you look forward to those huge family holidays. Of course, I'm Italian, so like the Italians do on Christmas Eve with the 7 fishes, yeah, that's a good night. But anyway, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, Hanukkah, New Year's Day, whatever it is that you celebrate. I hope it was a good and relaxing one for you. All right, so let's get into it. Feeling festive. Yep, I would say that's the operative word here. It is definitely festive outside as we are tracking a little bit of light snow that has been moving across the state. So this is part of a bigger system that is to our south, bringing snow and ice and a huge mess across the Ohio River Valley into the mid-Atlantic states. So it was not a pretty morning in Washington, D.C. and stretching down through the Hampton Roads area. Now, the snow, yes, we have a lot of snow lovers out there, so I won't say, oh, we don't need the snow. Some of us would love to have the snow, but the ice, yeah, they can keep that. But it was nice to actually see a little bit of festive snow falling. In turn, because it has left a little bit of a coating on the ground, it has made the roads a little bit slippery, and especially on the secondary and tertiary roads. Really, none of the roads were treated for this one, so that kind of just adds to the fact that it is going to be a little bit slick as you're heading home from work. Now, these guys definitely enjoying this snow. Here's a look at Mount Southington. Whether it's Southington, Mohawk Mountain, Powder Ridge, or Ski Sundown, all of our local ski resorts enjoying this fresh powder courtesy of Mother Nature. I've been watching the skiers and snowboarders come down today. It looks like they are having a blast, and of course you can faintly see some of those snowflakes still flying there. It is 29 degrees in Hartford, 25 in Waterbury. We're at 30 degrees in New Haven. Luckily, we haven't had much wind today to make it feel colder. Oh, but hold that thought. Here's a look at our hour by hour, which is going to show you things quieting down over the next few hours. Overnight, we'll have decreasing clouds. So tomorrow morning, it will be a bright start to the day. But the problem is, as the clouds decrease, the wind is going to increase. So we get caught in an interesting situation here. When we have the wind at night, it helps mix the atmosphere and keeps temperatures from plummeting. But in turn, you get a bit of a wind chill factor in the morning. So, yeah, sometimes wind is our friend, sometimes it's really not, and sometimes it's a mixture of both. Tomorrow, we're looking at scattered clouds. I wouldn't rule out a little bit of flurry action, possibly up in the Litchfield Hills, just because of that northwest wind that could certainly carry some snowflake action all the way from Lake Ontario. But most of us will be dry tomorrow. The problem is that wind. Temperatures are only going to be in the upper 20s to low 30s, but when you factor in winds that will be blowing between 10 to 25 miles per hour, not exactly going to be a pleasant day to be outdoors. So looking at these wind chill numbers, you can see we'll start the day with wind chills in the single digits. Some places may even be a few degrees below zero. And even as we go into the afternoon, notice those wind chills will likely not make it out of the teens. So tonight, as I said, decreasing clouds, but an increasing breeze as temperatures alone dip into the teens. And then tomorrow, those scattered clouds, again, temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s, but it will feel like it's in the teens. So dress for the teens for your Tuesday. Here's a look at your 8-day shoreline forecast, where it is going to stay pretty cold right through Wednesday and Thursday. Here's the good thing, though. We're in good company. They're going to be dealing with temperatures well below average all through the eastern third of the U.S. So it's not just for us here in the Northeast, but really all the way down to Florida. Florida's going to have a few frosty mornings. I'm waiting to see if my favorite alert will be issued. If you don't know what that is the falling iguana alert. Yes, that is actually a thing. Iguanas, when the temperatures dip to the 30s, they can get cold stunned. So they literally kind of freeze with the cold and boop, fall right out of the trees. That is a real thing, folks. It sounds silly, but it is a real thing. And people have been known to get hit by those falling iguanas, so it warrants an actual alert. Now, Friday will be a quiet day. Yes, you'll notice the words watching closely heading into Saturday. Oh, God, how things have been very, very interesting on social media. Of course, there are a lot of meteorologists on social media, myself among them, but sometimes when we see potentially big storms, it gets everybody a little riled up and everybody wants to start posting every single model run that comes out. I am not among those people. God bless them, but I just can't do that. So here's the thing. We are going to be watching a storm system on Saturday. Question is it going to really impact us directly, or is it going to slide south like this one is right now? So let me just pop this back up just again so you can see it a little bit closer. But the GFS, otherwise known as the American model, as it's kind of become to known, well, that one showing a pretty gnarly nor'easter. I mean, the GFS with the latest model run is showing about 1 to 2 feet of snow, whereas the European model is showing nothing. It's keeping that storm system far enough to the south that we wouldn't even see a single snowflake. So this is the real fun of being a meteorologist. Do I believe the European with nothing and trend in that direction? Or do I go with the GFS that is showing 1 to 2 feet of snow? So right now, luckily, it's only Monday. I have a few days to kind of fine tune this forecast between now and then. But yeah, Mother Nature's always keeping it a bit interesting. Here's the thing. If we end up seeing snow, it will likely start going through Saturday afternoon through Saturday night into very, very early Sunday morning, likely mostly kind of done by daybreak. So that's how that would go down. And then we go into Monday and Tuesday of next week. So far, things look bright, but just a little bit on the chilly side. Keep in mind, we should be in the mid to upper 30s for this time of year. So that's what we're dealing with. That's going to be our main focus through the week, is getting through this cold and then watching this potential system heading into next week. Of course, we'll not only keep you updated at WTNH.com, of course, we'll keep you updated on air. Every single model run that comes out, we'll let you know which direction they happen to be trending. But I've always said this as a meteorologist, consistency is what builds confidence in the forecast. So what we want to see is these models become a little more consistent before we definitely go with saying, okay, we are definitely going to see a storm. This is how much we could get. I couldn't do that right now. So anyway, I'll keep you updated between now and then. Have a great Monday evening. I'll see you tomorrow.